NVC 2025 breaking news, faster processing and shorter wait times. Imagine waiting years to reunite with your family. Your petition is approved, your paperwork complete, and your future planned. Yet everything stops at a single stage, the National Visa Center. For decades, the NVC has been the roadblock keeping families apart. But today, that bottleneck is finally breaking open, and the changes could completely transform your immigration journey. Why the National Visa Center matters. The NVC acts as the bridge between USCIS, which approves petitions, and U.S. embassies and consulates, which conduct final visa interviews. For years, families celebrated USCIS approvals, only to enter a frustrating waiting game at the NVC. Emails went unanswered, phone lines were overwhelmed, and applicants were left in the dark. Some waited more than a year simply to learn if their documents were being reviewed. This stage didn't just test patience. It broke plans, caused financial strain, and left families in limbo. Case creation. From black hole to fast track. Once USCIS approves a petition, the NVC creates a case. Historically, this was a nightmare. Families often waited 6 months just for confirmation that their file existed in the system. During that time, nothing could move forward, not fees, not forms, not documents. But as of late 2025, that has changed. Today, most cases are being created in less than 3 weeks. Petitions approved on August 12th were already in the system by the end of the month. That speed is nearly unheard of, and it allows families to start the next stage immediately instead of sitting in uncertainty. The welcome letter, a key that unlocks the door. The welcome letter is more than just a formality. It provides the case number and invoice ID needed to log into the Consular Electronic Application Center. With that, applicants can pay visa fees, submit the DS-260, and upload required civil and financial documents. Without this letter, everything stays frozen. Families are strongly advised to safeguard it, keep digital copies, and ensure they never lose access to the critical details it contains. Document review. A faster, clearer system. This stage has long been the most dreaded. A small mistake, an unclear scan, a typo, or a missing record often reset the clock, leaving families waiting another 6 to 8 months for re-review. Weddings were postponed, job opportunities lost, and children's schooling disrupted. But today, that's no longer the case. As of August 30th, the NVC was reviewing documents submitted just 2 weeks earlier. That's a dramatic shift. Families are now reaching documentarily qualified status in record time, signaling that their cases are ready to move to the consulate. Interview scheduling, confidence instead of guesswork. Once the NVC approves all documents, cases are transferred to embassies and marked in transit. Shortly after, the status changes to ready and interviews are scheduled. In the past, this often took over a year. Now, most families are receiving interview dates within 1 to 4 months of reaching documentarily qualified status. That timeline means parents can prepare medical exams, gather final papers, and even arrange travel with confidence instead of fear. Visa Bulletin, September 2025 updates. Of course, no matter how efficient the NVC becomes, families still depend on the Visa Bulletin. For September 2025, there was encouraging progress. F2A, spouses and children of green card holders, advanced by 2 months, now at June 1, 2025. F4, siblings of U.S. citizens, Philippines, moved forward 1 month. F3, married children of U.S. citizens, Philippines, jumped an impressive 5 months. These changes show that the Department of State isn't just fixing bottlenecks, but also moving categories forward, a double improvement that could shave years off waiting times. The role of K-visas, special considerations. For K-visa applicants, the process has its own twists. After the welcome letter, applicants must pay fees and file the DS-160. But one reminder, don't rush. Submitting the DS-160 before the consulate is ready can cause complications. Thanks to recent improvements, though, K-visa applicants are also seeing smoother timelines. The advice is simple. Stay alert, check status updates often, and keep your information current. What families should do right now. The faster system only helps if applicants are prepared. Families should double-check documents for accuracy, maintain multiple copies of all letters and case numbers, and monitor their CEAC account regularly. Responding quickly to NVC requests is critical. Delays on your end can undo the benefits of the reforms. Preparing early for interviews, from medical exams to embassy-specific requirements, will ensure no time is lost when the interview is scheduled. A shift in the immigration journey. For decades, families described the NVC as a place where cases disappeared into silence. But in 2025, that narrative is shifting. Faster case creation, quicker document review, and more predictable interview scheduling mean the process finally feels like it's working for families instead of against them. The reforms aren't just technical upgrades. They represent a long-overdue acknowledgement that reuniting families matters. A glimpse into the future. One thing applicants must remember is that improvements are never guaranteed to last. Visa demand, staffing shortages, and political changes could impact processing again. But for now, these reforms mark a historic moment in immigration processing. For thousands of families, this is the first time in decades that the process feels hopeful rather than hopeless. I recently spoke with a family who had been separated for almost 6 years. They told me that just receiving their welcome letter within weeks instead of months felt like a new chapter. For the first time, they began planning school enrollments for their children with confidence, knowing the interview would come soon. Their story highlights what the statistics don't always capture. This isn't just paperwork, it's real lives being rebuilt. One often overlooked part of this change is the psychological relief it brings to families. For years, applicants described the NVC stage as the most uncertain and draining, with months of silence causing stress and broken plans. Now, seeing movement within weeks instead of months restores confidence in the system. Families are no longer left in the dark, and this transparency is helping them prepare emotionally and financially for the next stage of their immigration journey. Final thoughts. The National Visa Center has long been seen as the toughest hurdle in the immigration journey. But in 2025, reforms are rewriting that story. Families are moving forward with less waiting, less uncertainty, and more confidence. For anyone navigating the process, this is the time to stay prepared, stay engaged, and take advantage of the improvements. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest U.S. immigration updates. Stay informed. Stay ahead. Thank you for watching.